All right, Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, we're the brothers out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. This is Gamal Yala.
All
right, first and foremost, giving all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, now this is a quick lesson, and it's going to be entitled Clark Kent. Okay, in this truth, as you grow in this truth, you begin to realize to use discretion. All right, and there's a lot of wisdom in discretion. It's just best, to blend in. To blend in with the masses. As one brother says, as one brother calls it, be an American citizen. Just be a citizen. Pay your bills, pay your taxes. And when you're interacting with people, just be a regular Joe Blow. Regular average Joe. Go by your slave name. Go by the name you were born with. And don't be trying to wake everybody up. So I get this. I'll start off with this, Matthew 13 and 10. Matter of fact, I'll start at 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And in verse 9 it says, who hath ears to hear, let him hear. So that alone means that it's not for everybody to hear. But it says, why speakest thou in parables? Because YAHAWASHI would oftentimes, when he's speaking to the masses, he would really only be speaking to a select few, because he would be going above their heads. And a lot of times he would speak in parables, which parable is like, a figurative language, but a lot of times when he would do that, he would after he spoke, he would break down to what he was saying to the disciples. And verse 11 it says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right, so that's really the main point of the lesson is, it's given unto you. Apostle Gabar made a statement a while back, and it rang true, which is, as far as your family, YAHAWASHI chose you. He didn't choose your family.
Right.
He didn't choose everyone. This is a select thing. The elect is a number of few. Okay.
That's right.
You got it, and you can add.
But that was another scripture that come to mind. The brother was speaking was I think it's Matthew 7 and 6. Would say the Lord said, don't cast your pearls before swine, which the pearls is knowledge, is truth. It's like a precious gem, and a swine, is a unclean animal. Which is likened to basically 2/3 of our people, man. So you got to know and have that discernment of who to get his truth to, and basically you, at a certain point, you got to know how to basically, like your brother said, man, just be normal, man. Like we were speaking prior to the recording. You got to be in Clark Kent mode, man. With your coat, with the glasses, the hat on. He basically disguised himself, man. But then, when it came time to so-called save the day, hey, he was Superman,
right?
So a lot of times, Jake out there in the world, you on your job and you're amongst the world. That's not, it's probably not a good time to basically put on your Israelite cape and start cursing everybody out, tell them they're gonna die, and missiles gonna hit America. Nah, man, be regular, man. You know?
Matter of fact, it's a little bit more. Verse 12: for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. And that's talking about the truth. We have the truth, so really YAHAWASHI is going to give us more abundance. It says, verse 13, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And I'll just skip to verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your eyes, for they hear. So that's pretty much the point, is that, hey, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, gave us the understanding and the eyes to see and hear. What you got it? You bring out what you got.
Yeah, this is scripture you want to pull up on your phone. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. All right, because it's a balance to this thing, man. You know, like the brother said, even though the truth is only given and bestowed upon certain individuals, and even how you move, you know, maneuver in this life is a balance, man. You know, so this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. It says, "Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?" An example of being over righteous, you know, Jacob had his fringes on at work. You know, they go to Kroger with a big ass Mitri on, with a staff. You know, just basically you doing too much, man. You know, you know, really, you know, you don't gotta show yourself to be a Israelite outwardly, but it's inwardly. I think Apostle Paul said that, you know, he's a Jew that is one inwardly, meaning how you think and how you conduct yourself. Scriptures also say, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it say to be an example of the believers. So just how you treat people, you know, like Bishop Atazwam and head of our camp, always going to, you know, showing forth that light, being the light of YAHAWASHI, you know, being kind. I'm not saying you gotta be don't be a weak ass nigga or nothing, but, you know, be kind, be gentle, you know, show that light. Like, you know, this guy's all right. You know, that don't mean you basically don't show your whole hand, so to speak. You know, it's a level of secrecy and you know, wisdom with this truth, man. So don't be over righteous.
Kind.
Yep, that was a point on that.
Kind. Let me see. I got something.
I had another one that just escaped my mind too. Damn. Oh yeah. Then the scriptures say to be circumspect. Circum means to look around. So you gotta, basically in this truth, you gotta be like brothers say, you gotta be a spiritual chameleon. You know, you gotta be able to adapt to whatever situation you in, man. You know. So that comes with being circumspect and looking around and identifying the scenario you in, and, you know, acting according to the scriptures. You know. Yep.
Let me see. I can't remember what that other one. I was looking for something too.
Okay. If not, I had another one.
Yeah, bring out what you got.
Cause I just looked it up randomly. It's in the book of Tobit. Tobit chapter 4, and I'm gonna get 14. The point is in the latter part of the verse. I'm gonna just read it. It's Tobit 4 and 14. It says, "Let not the wages of any man which have wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him it out of hand." It says, "For if thou serve the Most High, he will also repay thee." Now here's the point. It says, "Be circumspect, my son, and in all things thou doest, and be wise in all thy conversation." So he said to be wise in all your conversation, which, you know, brothers always bring it out time and time again. The word conversation go into conduct. You know, how you conduct yourself. Be wise, man. You know, because a lot of times your zeal, which a lot of times that's, you know, young brothers that come into the faith, they got that fiery young zeal. They want to curse everybody out. They want to wear their garments to the store. You know, just doing too much, man. You know, you gotta be wise in your conduct, and that come with time. You know, over the months and years, you become more seasoned. You know, and you learn how to deal, man. Yeah,
you just kind of, you know, chill out.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
And, you know, we even see the growth amongst our apostles and elders. You know, going back, you know, when they were teaching at 34th and 7th. You know, you know, during that time, the elders and apostles, you know, they were on fire. I mean, you know, they're still on fire, but, you know, it was more heated. heated, you know, when we're dealing with people now that, you know, you got the saying, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. Right. So we don't even go back and forth, you know, with Jake. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't even go back and forth with Jake. As soon as you get that indication that Jake, you know, ain't getting it, yep. Then, you know, you might as well just move on, because I mean, you know, it ain't gonna get nowhere.
Getting it, man.
He's gonna leave the conversation, you know, with, you know, learning nothing.
Exactly.
You know, he's gonna leave the conversation believing in the same thing that he started, but you know, that he started with. So, oh yeah.
I think the scripture you was looking for was that Matthew 10:16?
Yeah, it was Matthew 10:16. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you want to end it off there or whatever.
Yeah.
You want to, you know.
This is Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, be wise as serpents, which, you know, like the brother said, like the brother just brought out in Tobit. You know, it's like you're making this turn. I'm driving, but damn, motherfucker. Yeah, Salakia.
Satan on the road, man.
Right. But you know, be wise as serpents, which you know the scripture said, wise. Be wise in conversation. Yep. You know, mm-hmm. So that wisdom is very key. You know, how your day to day. You know, how you conduct yourself. That's right. You know, be wise as serpents, and we know that a serpent is very cunning. Mm-hmm. You know, so like the brother said, you know, that doesn't mean be simple. Mm-hmm. You know, because you know a serpent is up on game. Mm-hmm. You know, so with that, you know, wise as a serpent basically means, hey, just peep game. You know, right. When you look at someone who's very wise and things of that nature, you know, they listen a lot, they observe. Yeah. So you gotta be a more of an observer. You know, don't be one of those people that's always talking and, you know, always in some type of debate. Right. On Instagram and some type, you know, just at your job trying to teach everybody and wake everybody up.
Exactly.
You know, just chill, you know, just work your job, just be regular, you know, talk about sports, talk about talk about cars, you know, whatever it is they're there to talk about, you know, because you know, there's such a thing as blowing your cover. Mm-hmm. You know, and when you blow your cover, basically, everyone knows what you about. Mm-hmm. Everyone know, oh yeah, that's just so and so. He's an Israelite. Oh, that's just, yeah, you know, he's an Israelite. Do you know what he says? Yeah. He says America's gonna be destroyed. You know, now your cover's blown. Now everybody knows what you about. Yep. You want to be that person like, damn, you know what? It's something about him. I can't figure him out. Yep. I can't figure him out. You know, and that's the same thing they was doing with Clark Kent. Yep. Like, damn, you know what? You know, it kind of flusters people. Like, it's like, yo, there's something about this guy, man. He's not just a normal person, you know. But you know, that's the element of mystery that we gotta have, you know. And like I said, not blowing our cover, just being discreet. You know, that's why, you know, brothers, you know, even when you use certain like nicknames or names online. Oh yeah. You know, brothers will have Die Esau or I'm just joking, but yeah. but no, brothers will have stuff like, you know, stuff pertaining to the truth in their email and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, stuff, it's just not necessary. Exactly. It's just not necessary. Mm-hmm. You know, you just gotta be circumspect. And a lot of these other camps, they do that. A lot of these other camps, they lack wisdom. Mm-hmm. You know, they wear their fringes everywhere. They you know, trying to teach everybody and passing out flyers and pamphlets and things of that nature, you know, but us here at Great Millstone, you know, it's gonna be a lot harder for Esau to come down on us because, you know, we're not out here you know, just boldly telling everyone, you know, everywhere in our everyday life rather, that, you know, we're Israelites. So, you know, that's pretty much the point. We're gonna close up on that. We're getting ready to go to camp, but closing out by giving all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom.